Welcome to the real Aatrox guide made by me, Beaver's Rock. As an introduction, hello, the name's Beaver's Rock. Real name is actually Sean, S-H-A-U-N. That's the correct spelling, don't at me. Although my league name is different. Well, my league name is I Miss Old Aatrox. I have played a very large amount of Aatrox, both old and new, playing both of them for about 250k plus mastery points. Last season I ended gold 4 and I'm currently climbing back up to gold, currently silver 2 as of recording this audio. Would have gotten to gold 3 last season if I really felt like pushing with the week and a half I had left, but I just wanted the Aatrox skin that they made. So this guide is going to be an overview of what Aatrox can do. Aatrox can be played in any role with enough practice. I want to make that clear. He can be played in any role with enough practice. Due to his CC capabilities, Aatrox is a wide array of what he is able to do for the team, like as a mid laner / jungler. He is able to roam and gank effectively given you aren't seen via vision, like everyone else. And as a support, you are able to peel anyone that gets on your carry with your Q knockups as well as W, even though it is not as reliable as other supports, so keep that in mind. And as well as the support build usually does not have a Death's Dance. So if you like building Death's Dance, you won't be building it if you're support, so don't play support if you want to build Death's Dance. Before we get into talking about how you play the lane, two things. I'll be showing the runes that I use throughout the explanation multiple times, so take a look at those. Also, just so you know, you always take Conqueror, because it is just like the best rune on Aatrox. You can take other runes, but I always take Conqueror. And this is specifically for laning, not jungle. You don't always have to use all your Qs. If you don't use Q3, then your Q will be put on a shorter cooldown by about 2 seconds. You can use Q1 and Q2 and then let the ability go on cooldown for a shorter cooldown. I repeat, you do not have to use all your Qs. Alright, so to start with, the two most common roles for Aatrox, top and mid lane. The way that you play top and mid are very similar, which is why I'm going over both at the same time. I wish I didn't have to say that they were similar, but with all the ranged top laners that have been cropping up lately, I have to, because there's a lot of people ranged that are mid lane, and now with all the ranged coming top lane, I have to say that for top lane too, and I hate it, which is why I've been going into jungle mainly recently, but we'll see what happens in the future. But anyway, so against melee, your goal is to poke them out with Q while zoning them off minions, unless the enemy is someone that can jump on you and stay on you, like Jax or Tryndamere. Champions that can stick on you are your nightmare, because you won't be able to hit your sweet spots from your Qs, from the first 2 most likely, unless you were to use your dash, but you should probably dash away in that case, because they will probably kill you if they stay on you for too long. For range, it's a bit easier unless it's Soraka and Sona, but those two are getting direct top lane nerfs, so hopefully we won't see them top anymore. Since ranged champs are squishier than melee, Aatrox has an easier time killing them, obviously. But sometimes people are cowards that don't know how to go in and land abilities, so they concede the lane to the ranged when they shouldn't, and have a chance to actually kill them. Their goal for fighting ranged champ is to CS with your Q1 and Q2, but almost never use Q3 for CS unless you're trying to hard push the wave. You want your Q to be on the lower cooldown, so if the enemy decides to go in, your Q will be up a couple seconds earlier so you can fight back. While you have all of your abilities up, you can all in, use all of your abilities, and then back off. That should take off a good chunk of their health. If you could save your dash for your disengage, you can, but if you need to use it to get closer to killing them, then do it. You want them to be too low to even try to CS and force them to go back, and if they don't, next time you all in them, they might die unless they have flash up. They can just flash away that time. For jungle, declare is easy and very healthy. You start with a talisman, go to red buff. Get the red buff, go to raptors. After raptors, make your waves to wolves. And then after wolves, finish with blue. If you have extra time before Scuttle spawns, you can take Gromp, but Gromp does take a while for Aatrox to take. We'll put a clip as I'm saying this, of what I do for Gromp. But after Gromp, you go to Scuttle. After taking Scuttle, you can look for a gank on mid or bot if you're on blue side, or mid and top if you're on red side. If there's no viable gank, then head to the other Scuttle, walking through mid, so you can 1. Soak XP from like 1 or 2 minions just because you can. Your mid laner might be mad, but who cares? They're mid laners. And 2, to show your face and tell the enemy team where you're planning to go, so you can get the lane that you're walking to, quote unquote, to play more carefully to allow your teammate to have some more space. And coincidentally, sometimes they get ganked because, you know, they can have an easier time pushing up, and you have an easier time counter ganking because you're already heading that way. Post 6, you can tower dive easily, not because of the revive, because that's gone, but because of the move speed you get. When you activate ult, you get move speed. It's a good chunk of move speed, and once you get a kill, your ult refreshes and your move speed comes back. So as long as a tower dive is successful, 9 times out of 10 you should be able to get out of tower range before you end up dying. And now we come to the bot lane. For when you want to play that ADC Aatrox, you want to play like how you play against ranged up and top, because that's who you're going to be against other than the support. It's just in this case, because you're bot, you have someone that will help you accomplish the goal of fighting the ranged champion, and someone that will attempt to stop you. Their support. Supports that pair well with Aatrox are Nautilus, Rakan, and Braum. That's from personal experience. I bet there's more. Something like Morgana would be good too. And supports that can keep people still or just make it easier to land your Qs is what we're looking for as Aatrox ADC. As Aatrox support, you gotta be aggressive. You gotta buy the Spectral Sickle, and you gotta hit him. Well, because that is your main source of gold, mainly, but also because Aatrox has good amount of power. The amount of damage he does, it kind of works something like a brand support, except with that, it's instead of being an AP caster, he is an AD caster. The goal is to get your ADC kills, obviously, and also make sure you let your ADC know how you're going to be playing, so they aren't like, WTF, why are you inting down bot lane? I don't understand. Just calm down. Also, if you get told to calm down, go in even more, but vocalize it. Ping the shit out of them that you're going in whenever you decide to go in. Good plan. Most of the time, they will end up following up. And if they don't, it's their own fault for losing the game. Here's the items you're going to want to be getting. You're going to start off with a Tiamat. You'll be making this into a Ravenous or Titanic as your last item. Usually you won't get to that point, but if you do, then you'll have to find out which one you need based on the current situation. After you get Tiamat, you build your Black Cleaver and then Death's Dance, and then move into tank items. Your first tank item can be MR or armor, depending on what you need. But for armor, your choices are Deadman's or Randuin's, and for MR, you got Spirit Visage or Wit's End. Boots, I would list last, but they could be built at any time, preferably earlier. And you got 3 choices: Berserker Greaves, Tabbies, or Merc Treads. Jungle build is similar. The only thing that's different is the jungle item, and that is a Talisman start into Blue Smite, Warrior or Cinderhulk depending on if you're ahead or not, Warrior if you're ahead, Cinderhulk if you're behind. Sometimes I just keep Blue Smite and sell it towards the end if I need a defensive item. After you get Blue Smite, you build a Tiamat, and then finish the jungle item if you feel like it. After that, you build the Black Cleaver, Death's Dance, armor or MR item, and you can fit in the boots somewhere in that build. Same choices as before: Berserk Greaves, Tabot, or Merc Treads. The support build is the only build that is drastically different. You start off with your Spectral Sickle, obviously, as I stated before. After Spectral Sickle, you build your Black Cleaver immediately after. After Black Cleaver, you get a Knight's Vow, and then, this is going to seem a bit odd, but you get a Redemption. After Redemption, you get a tank item, normally Spirit Visage, but you can get whatever else you need. And for the boots, you'll either be getting Tabbies or Merc Treads. No Berserker Greaves this time as an option. Sorry guys. Your goal late game greatly depends on if you got ahead or not in the early game, and is also dependent on who the enemy team has. If you're ahead and can get to their backline reliably without being peeled away and / or kited, aim for the backline, keep them busy while your team deals with the others, hopefully. If you're not ahead, or your team is full of apes, or you'll get peeled off the backline, then your goal is to protect your own backline. I've gone over a bit of how Aatrox can keep his backline safe, but you know you're not a support champion. Your ADC better not be expecting much, and if you've got an ADC that doesn't have any dashes, well, they're screwed. You can stop champs that come straight forward, but assassins will probably kill your ADC before you can peel unless you preemptively Q when they're about to jump on your ADC, in which case your ADC will probably live for a second longer, but they will probably still die and be mad at you for whatever reason, even though you can't stop an assassin. And that is the end of the video, the guide, the Aatrox, whatever you would call this. That is a synonym for guide. You know, I did make that joke guide a couple weeks ago, and you know, I have made my Aatrox guide that is real for season 10, actual 100% legitimate. Me saying all these words makes it seem like a lie, but what you've just watched is 100% true. Legitimate season 10 Aatrox. I still find what I did funny with that other guide that I did, and I regret nothing. But that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I hope that you have found out, or well, not, I shouldn't say found out. I hope that this helps you play Aatrox, and if you need additional help, right here is my league name. Go ahead and add me as a friend. Comment down below your league name so I know that it's you, and I'll add you as a friend, and you know, I'll help you out. I'll watch some stuff, replays of games that you've played. I'll play with you as well, as long as you're fine with being a test subject for weird, funny builds. That is the one condition of playing games with me. Replays and getting like general tips, free. Playing games with me, you'll be subjected to tests, and you know, sometimes my tests are not pretty. But you can find out more about that on my Twitch stream. It'll be linked below, but I don't know when the next league stream is gonna be because my computer is still not fixed. This is my laptop I'm recording on right now, and I also made the video on Movie Maker instead of the Vegas Pro that I have because I didn't feel like re-downloading Vegas Pro on a laptop that probably couldn't even run it. So, anyway, rambling. Thanks for watching the video. I hope it helped you. Go ahead and add me if you're looking for some more tips. If it's not going well for you, I'll do my best to help you out. And with all that said, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe, any of the above, preferably all of the above. But I understand if you only want to do 1 or 2 or 0. You can do none of them if you feel like it. But I'll be sad. I'll go wham wham like I do on stream. Wham wham. Okay, that's the end of the video. Bye. Peace out.